score 100 in your JAM, straight College of Education. Meanwhile, it should be the hardest to get into, because we're the ones training everybody, even the doctors and everybody, we're the ones training them, but it's the cheapest to get into. And so for those who, you see the problem I talked about, a child will be in SS, they do not know how to read. So by the time they're able to register in a miracle center, and they get WAEC, and they're able to try, and their WAEC JAM score reaches 100, college, and they are now the ones responsible for teaching other people. So to address that, I started the Teachers Meet. This Teachers Meet is a 3-day conference where we gather teachers in rural and underserved communities, and we hold a series of workshops and trainings to improve their classroom practice in line with 21st century demands. And we have resource persons that have taught in that. Teacher Precious was one of our resource persons. We have Dr. Hayat, we have Sham Pepe, and so we do that every year. We launched it in 2018. Then away from that, we have the in-house training. So this one happens once a year. It's an annual thing. Then we have the in-house training. That one is what we call the Teacher Development Forums, and then later on we made it Staff Development Forum, because we realized that it's not just the teachers that need, as long as you are inside the education system, you also need to be trained over and over again. So we have the Staff Development Forum that happens once a week for an hour. For our school, it's compulsory. And in all the schools I've been, I ensured that I instituted that before I left. Every week they must meet for 1 hour to have a workshop to discuss how their week went, areas they need improvement and all that. And then we have pay a rural teacher. How have we been able to keep staff in the school? First of all, we were borrowing money. Let me not lie. We were borrowing a lot of money, to ensure that that school, Poet Model Schools, stays afloat. But away from that, we had dedicated individuals who were sponsoring, who adopted some of the teachers and were paying their salaries. And so that platform is called Pay a Rural Teacher, where you can decide to adopt a teacher and pay them. Then we have Get a School Child Off the Floor campaign, of course, that handles classroom furniture, hostel facilities, just to ensure that the child does not sit on the floor or does not sleep on the floor while learning. Then we have the Fed to Learn school feeding program that ensures that children get nutritious. So it's not just about a meal, it's about a nutritious meal daily while in school. And we've been able to do that since 2019. How have we been able to keep the feeding program running? We have one of our sponsors here of our scholarship hub. She has been sponsoring a child from JS1 till today, and that child is graduating SS3. And in the scholarship package, she includes feeding money. So not just her, all the people that we have on the scholarship hub, they give money for feeding, and it helps to keep the feeding program running. But then we have organizations like the Samaritan Purse.
Thank you, Samaritan Purse, for giving us food. Hooray!
So these are our children. In 2024, Samaritan Purse, I don't know if you know them, so they donated food, because again, we have children left vulnerable by the attacks in South. Then we have the school project. Now, remember I said earlier that Poet Model Schools is one of many schools that we intend to have. So Poet Model Schools is under the school project, and the idea is to reach rural communities with schools or literacy centers to ensure that children get an education.